Welcome back to Today's video. We're playing skylines. In today's video, we're going to be expanding, or not necessarily expanding, but adding on to our airport. So I first go to add on a wall fence, so this way we can go and protect the airport. Protect the airport properly, and well, it does kind of a bit hard once we do get towards the tracks here, and well, the roads too, but it's easily fixable. You literally just have to just make a little section that's open. Normally there wouldn't probably be an open section, but because there's tracks here, we're just gonna put it in. And then this was kind of annoying trying to get this in, because it just kept saying distance too short. And then for the road here, because our transfer point into here is at building, I just decided to skip over the road and not have it cut off the road. And then I just have the fence continue around, going through this little area here, and then I do eventually just relocate this updraft tower, which we definitely do need to make a power plant, because those are obviously, I don't want to be sitting there. And like I said, I don't want to just break out, just do the C1 again, which, well, that may be a bit overpowered. I don't want to do it, especially since for detail there'd normally be a power plant. So we should probably place that in somewhere far from where the people, the papel are. And then, well, that can always just work out. And then we can finally get power into the city. And then for our little power station for the airport, I basically just had here, and then for here, just had it go right into the building, like just about there. And that was basically as best as I was going to get it. And then I did bring it all the way to the right here to the airport, to where what are these called? I honestly forget what they're called. But I don't get, why is there buses going up there? There's no bus stops up there. I don't know. It's pretty odd. But then I just connect up the fence, and then, well, I noticed that there's been a problem because our towers have it deactivated due to not having water. And so I just need to place down another thing, an air water tower. So I place it over in this corner, connect it up to the pipeline, and then everything is fixed. Which, that's why water can be a pretty crucial thing, to where it can absolutely just kill a city because of that. But that's fine. And so basically I just then move on to, which actually now that I think about it, I should probably place the new metro station in here. The one that's above ground. But it's fine, I can always change that. But we then connect this up with our main line on the metro line, because I placed down some metro stations over there just so I could see which one I liked. But I want to build a metro line that goes along with the city, so that's why we can easily get a connection out to the university for people that are in the city, for one, and two, then people can more easily travel through the city and be able to get around a whole lot easier. Which now there's even more power problems, because we lost oil. I honestly don't know why we aren't getting oil over there, because we're producing too much oil. I think it's a mix between train traffic and that. So what I think we could do is that we could do an express line that connects the oil. And the cat has come to invade again, as always. And that connects up the oil trains. I can allow the oil trains to get over to the forestry area a whole lot faster without needing to deal with all of a sudden traffic, and it just leads from the oil area to where the forestry station is. So basically we'll probably just connect up at some point, which we probably will end up needing to redo that line at some point. What's wrong, little kitty cat? Yes. Alright, he's being weird. And knocking stuff off my desk. Nope. Alright, but, then we just need to get this, this piece of track over the highway, or, well, the viaduct, and then, well, we can just get that going, which I think I actually end up just doing it. Yeah, I have it too high, instead of the custom one I did over near the airport, which I don't know what we're going to do with the end of the viaduct, because for the ocean area, there you'd be better off just taking the highway, or, well, actually, it might actually be quicker just to take the viaduct if you're going in there, but that is a conversation for a different day. I'll try to just link this up without needing to have an awkward sharp turn there, but it ends up that I just needed to destroy a few houses to place this in, which I do not mind doing, because we would only lose like 80 people. And that isn't that much, considering that we have 42,000, we're pretty actively growing. And we need even more residents, which I honestly don't get why industry is not coming in, especially since we want it, or well, need it. Probably just because we haven't placed down enough houses, which probably in the next episode we'll expand into building skyscrapers, or well, huge tall apartments, so getting rid of the high-rise van areas. So basically just building a huge center. And so now I just need to add in the end stop here, because I changed this from a bypass to a dual platform, because it's either that or we have the mainline train just connect up to there, but this was definitely probably a whole lot better, considering that this was a main area, and this would be definitely a great place for people to connect up, and the only thing that would be blocking is the Airport Express trains, but they can wait a bit, I think. And then, over here, I wanted to get rid of the bus line, because it was causing a whole lot of traffic problems in the city area. And so I just placed down the new metro station, which, like I said earlier, I think I should probably keep this one here, and then I'll change out the one right at the pedestrian area for this one. But we definitely, and then I just need to build a connection connecting up to the other side of the river, or well, the main line. And so then I do end up having the main line connect up into here, allowing us to get rid of the bus stop, because from here residents will be able to get to anywhere, especially since look at all the buses that are in this traffic jam. About half of it's buses, and those are the super bendy buses, so those take up a lot of space. And so taking those off the road would definitely become a whole lot nicer, because now we can just have them get there from using the metro, which then can bring them to either the airport or the center of the city, or well, really anywhere in the city, because from there's bus connections to wherever they need to go. And so now we just have that. But then I realized that turn would probably not be there, considering how sharp it is. So I end up getting rid of it, just to place down one that comes out the other side. And then, we just get rid of some abandoned buildings, considering that we need some more residents. And, well, there's that. And then, I did do some changes to the yard, that I did off camera to try and decrease train traffic and keep these buildings here, which I do end up just placing down a police station in there. And then I don't like how really this turned out. Now that I think about it, I could have done it like this, but then I just had the asymmetrical road, but that wouldn't really look as good. But so I'd place on the aviation club, because it would make sense to be right near the airport, and I always have planned it to be there. And so definitely is a tight fit with the train lines there, but it works. I do get rid of that extra bit of road, so this way we don't have it there. And then I upgrade this all just with sidewalks, because think that would look the best just to have it like that. Which I do place down a power line, and then I just add in some more car parks, which then brings the power across to it. And then, because, let's be honest, the airport probably would have a bigger parking lot than that, especially since it's an international airport. But we'll make do with what we got. And, well, that's what we got. But so, then I just add in some more airport fences around this. This is definitely a tight fit for it once we get too close to the ends. But we end up connecting it up. And, well, I got a bit more leave room at the front there where planes aren't landing. Or, well, they're taking off there, which probably is good to have a bit extra room. Which probably realistically also it wouldn't be right up next to where the train line is. It'd probably be far away from it, and it would probably be connecting up to well, it would be probably have a whole lot more space in case of emergencies. And then, well, I do just go over here to make sure that I did everything correct and see if anyone's using the train line, which definitely a whole lot of people are indeed using it. And then I place down a new little area in here because this did not take long to place in, especially since there wasn't going to be a whole lot more that we could do in here. Which, now that I think about it, I think it could probably made it a whole lot nicer in terms of how the final part came out, where it kind of just looks like I'm trying to fit in as much space as I physically can. But it definitely does look good enough. And, well, I did connect the power lines I disconnected the power lines by doing that, which now that I realize it, I don't need this anymore because I placed down the word tower there, which once buildings start to move into here, we won't even need the power lines there. I added a whole lot of offices in here, and then also some stores because that's the railway market right there, which has been there since forever. So I placed down a whole lot of commercial because that's what would move in, and I feel like that we need commercial. And then I also had some offices just in case. And then I just connect up some more roads, and then I decided, let's just add this to our pedestrian area, considering that basically everything here except for the main road is pedestrianized. And so I'll keep this road, that little main road, a actual street. And then I change, looking at the tracks again. Just need to see the line, and then I realize the main line stops have put themselves right in the middle, which is not good because then they're blocking up the trains. But it was fine for then. But I wanted the main line to be separate, and then I placed down the pedestrian area over here, and then I just placed down the sandstone roads all throughout it, except for this one road there, and then the main road right there. I come over here to find the bus line, and then I finally delete it after making sure that it is indeed the right one. And so I scroll through the 45 buses that is there, and I finally delete it, and so now they can all just disappear. Which also, at our bus depot over on the other side of the city, where our first one was, it was causing a whole lot of problems because they would constantly be despawning, considering that they were constantly getting stuck in traffic jams, causing them to respawn there because that's their original spawn point, and then they would move out to there, which I did add in move the pedestrian area over, the pedestrian district over to that. Which, but that was causing problems with that, to where basically it's taking up a whole ton of traffic there, to where it was hard for people to even get out, or any other buses or trucks to get out of there, which could have been their reason why we weren't getting enough power. But now they will finally just despawn, which is nice. And then here I just add in car parks, so this way we can have the space for parking in there. then we could just say that one of the buildings has a big cardboard in its lower area, like the skyscraper there. But so, then I do take an overview at the stuff that we have just made. And, seeing that I forgot one thing, which was to make sure the train line is all good, which the metro line is definitely getting used quite a bit. And then I do check this one here, considering that I see a whole ton of people waiting for it. And I did put on the subway trains on here, just this way everything would match with the more American theme. And so I brought it from 2 trains to 3, so this way people could get off the platform slightly faster, and there wouldn't be huge collections of people. And so then I placed down, remember that I was going to place down the aviation museum and the airport, or well, the airline headquarters. So I then bring out a road to connect up, which when I bring out the road to here, once I bring the road out or get to building, I can tell you guys about what I did do to the train line. But I didn't really focus on it because I didn't do any edits right in the episode. But so now I realize that I kind of needed to have a bit more space, and I should probably level this ground out. Which what I did is that I made it to where trains couldn't switch on that, because I want to keep the passenger line separate from our cargo. And so I made it to where trains can only cross there, and I did it using a trick where you place it down the track that you want to be straight, but it will curve it. But so then it will make it to where it doesn't cross, or well, to where it won't connect. And then on the other side, you can place down a straight path or a straight track, and then you can just connect that track up to the then you can delete the curved one, and then you get a nice crossing like that. Which is definitely a good trick to know, especially for dealing with train traffic, because you don't want your passenger lines to get backed up because of your cargo trains swapping tracks, especially since it's already impossible to get in or out of this inner area, considering all the cargo and passenger trains that come by, which they are holding up passenger trains, which is why probably the metro is more favorited by the citizens, which I do definitely prefer that, considering that this is going to be a metro heavy city, or well, it already is. Train line, like I said, is just going to be for far areas, or well, it's going to have very few stations, and it'll just be basically just a link up to the cities, and the metro will have probably double or even more stops. And I'm trying to find a place for our headquarters, which I do eventually find one, obviously. I just honestly forget where I put it down. Oh yeah, that's right, I shoved it down over here. So I try to find a space that it would fit in here, and then I find that it could fit right in here. And so I place down that little strip of road there, and I do get rid of some of the carports that I did place down. Place that down there, and then I add in another carport, and then I don't place down any more, or well, I left the one there, but I do end up just getting rid of it because I realized that I could technically move it over like one tile, or ever so slightly. But so I do move that, since I can just expand the road slightly more, which I then just level out this ground, because then it would be at a very awkward angle, I would say, to have it like that, to where it basically was going down while the actual concrete front of it was staying up. And so, and I just placed down that, and then just choose a thing, find a nice color that matches it well, and then check the policies again, which I honestly thought that it might be slightly different. There might be some airline policies, but that's fine. $50 is a ticket, That's a pretty good price, I would say. Honestly, that's cheap. Then I do place down the carport in there. And then I just reconnect this up with the water lines. And connect up those buildings because they weren't exactly connected, and that person just leveled up because of it. But so, I believe that'll be it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed the speed build, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!